The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 Try-Under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now. The January transfer window is just about a month away, but there are certain teams that wish it was open right now for different reasons. Today, we'll be taking a look at a few of those clubs and why they need the window so badly. These are 7 teams that need the January transfer window to come now. We'll start with Liverpool. It's crazy that we're saying this after they spent over £500 million in the summer, but it's just the reality of their situation right now. The Reds are currently going through a very horrible phase, and they just seem like they cannot dig themselves out of it. It surely doesn't help much that they'll be losing Salah in December to the AFCON, and if Egypt go far in the tournament, he'll be unavailable until the middle of January. That's a long time to be without your best player, especially in the Premier League where a lot happens in December. The club will surely be hoping that they can get some respite from the January window. They're currently looking at the possibility of signing Antoine Semenyo, which they're hoping will help significantly improve their attack. And of course, they still need 1 or 2 defenders. They wanted Mark Guehi in the summer, but Crystal Palace blocked the move at the last second. Perhaps Liverpool will try and go for him again in January. Also, considering that both their right-backs have spent more time in the hospital than on the pitch this season, they may also like to sign one in January so that Szoboszlai can play more in the midfield where he's more useful to the team. Reports say that the Merseyside club is considering signing Wilfried Singo from Galatasaray. We'll see if they go through with that. But the point is simple. Looking at their current situation, Liverpool desperately need the January transfer window, and we're sure they wish it could come right now before things get any worse than they already are. But Manchester City need it to come right now for a different reason. Injuries are running through the City squad like the Grim Reaper, and this might force them to get some reinforcement once the transfer window opens. Right now, they are the team that has suffered the most injuries in the Premier League this season. They'll particularly be looking at getting a midfielder. With Rodri and Kovacic having been out for long periods, City have had to depend solely on Nico Gonzalez in the defensive midfield position for much of the season. Apart from him, nobody else in the squad can play there. Pep has tried Reinders in that position, and since it cost him the game against Aston Villa, he has not gone back. This puts the club in a very precarious situation. If Nico picks up an injury, it could be really disastrous for them and their title hopes. So they'll be looking at avoiding that possibility by being proactive in January. Rumours link them with Pavlovic and Katovic, 2 young defensive midfielders. We'll see how that pans out. They might also try to look for a goal-scoring winger to try and reduce the dependence on Haaland. We've talked about this so many times already. City are currently too dependent on Haaland's goals. If he doesn't score, they'd likely drop points. This might come back to bite them at the business end of the season if they don't do anything about it. Every top team will prefer the goals being spread across the team than coming from just one player. With City's wingers, Doku, Savinho and Bob not looking like real goal threats, and Svinho particularly coming close to leaving in the summer, maybe City can try to sign a winger who'll get them some goals. There's another Premier League club on this list. Can you guess which it is? Take a shot at it in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Let us now talk about AS Roma. They definitely need the January window so badly. Why? Well, they look like they're ready to mount a proper title race, and considering they haven't been in it for some years, they probably don't have the required resources to go all the way, which is why they'll need to go shopping in January in order to bolster up the squad and be fully ready for the business end of the season. Also, injuries have not been kind to them. They're currently without Dybala, Bailey, Dovbyk and Angelino. These are 4 of the very best players in their squad. They will need worthy replacements if they really want to keep up the pressure at the top of the table. And you know, with so many top clubs in Serie A, if you're off the pace for even just a couple weeks, you could find yourself close to mid-table before you know it. This is why Roma really need the January window, especially if they really want to win the Scudetto for the first time in 25 years. And from Gasperini's current club to his former one, Atalanta definitely need the January transfer window. In fact, more than most. The 2024 Europa League winners now find themselves in the bottom half of the Serie A table, and that just doesn't sound right. They have won just 4 of their last 15 games in all competitions, a very terrible run, which seems to have gone on for a little too long. They desperately need something new. This is a club which has been in and around the Champions League places for a few seasons now. They literally finished in the top 4 in each of the last 2 seasons, so what we're seeing from them is very unusual. They definitely need something of an overhaul in January, bring in new players, let go of the ones who no longer want to be there, and try and get back to winning ways. Now, one club we just could not go without talking about is Benfica. Usually when you sign a new coach mid-season, the January transfer window becomes very important, as it is the time for the manager to try and build his own team, but in this case, it's even more than that. Mourinho took over a club that was doing very badly, and he doesn't seem to be very happy about the attitude of his players. After a 2-0 win against Atletico CP in the Portuguese Cup, Mourinho expressed his frustration about some of his players. He said that the attitude of some of the players was unacceptable, that many of them weren't taking the game seriously, and that he doesn't like when his players betray him. In that game, he made 4 substitutions at halftime and said he would have made 9 if he could, as he was only satisfied with the attitude of Rodrigo Rego and Nicolas Otamendi of all the 11 players who started the game. From his statements, it's pretty clear that Mourinho intends to be really busy in January, letting go of players he feels aren't good enough and replacing them with ones he believes will raise the levels of the team. Honestly, it's hard to speculate what players will be considered by Mourinho, but it's surely not hard to tell that he wished the January transfer window was already open. Another club that falls into this category is Barcelona. They just cannot catch a break, can they? Almost their entire first team has been injured at one point or the other this season, and it has gotten so bad that in the game against Athletic Club, their first game back at the Camp Nou, Barcelona literally played a midfield 3 devoid of central midfielders, played a left back, and played their auxiliary striker on the wing. All this because of injuries. Under normal circumstances, they would be looking to the January transfer window to try and fill some of these cracks in the team to enable them favourably compete for all trophies. But considering Barcelona's current financial situation, even though they desperately need the window to come right now, we doubt they'll do a lot of business when the window actually flings open. Now, remember we said there's another Premier League club on this list? We were referring to Spurs. Along with City, they're the team which have suffered the most injuries in the Premier League this season. They've been without Maddison, Kulusevski, Solanke and Dragushin for almost the entirety of the season. And considering that most of their summer signings haven't looked great, particularly Xavi Simons and Kolo Muani, they might be looking to do some business in January. One thing is for sure, they need a striker, and reports say they've shown interest in Samu Agahawa and Jonathan David. They've also been linked with attacking players who can score and create like Kevin Shade and Julian Brandt. We'll see how much business they end up doing, but we're pretty certain they'll be making a few signings once the window opens. They currently look like they have a chance of doing something of note this season, and they'll be looking to continue building on that by bringing in reinforcements in the transfer window. Now, which other clubs would you say really need the January transfer window to come now? Also, what players do you want your club to sign this January? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.